Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you about the common terms and definitions that you would see in genetics. It's important to know your animal's genetics and how genetics work, especially if you're wanting to breed in future. This video is just going to cover some of the terms and definitions that you would commonly hear in genetics, and then I'm going to be doing another video on how to do a genetic cross and how to calculate the offspring between two animals that you know the genetics from. An animal's genotype is the way that it's written with their genes only and not the physical traits. An animal's phenotype is the way they actually look. So if they have a gene that says that they're going to have curly hair, their phenotype is actually them having the curly hair. A gene is the segment of DNA that decides what trait the organism is going to have. An allele is a gene for a particular trait. So an animal that is orange has the allele to be an orange animal. When talking about genetics, you will have a dominant trait, which is a trait that shows itself more often than not, and you will have a recessive trait, which is the trait that gets covered up by the dominant trait and means that the animal can still have it but not show it. If an animal is homozygous for something, it means that they have two of the same alleles making up that trait. If an animal is heterozygous for a trait, it means that they've got two different alleles, so one dominant and one recessive. A Punnett square is a tool used to calculate how often a recessive gene is going to show, or what the possible outcomes would be between two different pairings when you know the dominant and recessive genes that those pairings have. I'm going to do an example of a Punnett square in a different video. If you see an animal advertised as being 66% het for something, it means that both parents were het for it, so most likely this offspring is het for it, but they cannot say for certain because they haven't bred that offspring to prove whether or not it really is. If you see an animal advertised as being 50% het, that means that one parent did not have that gene whatsoever and the other parent was heterozygous for it. So there's a chance that this offspring is heterozygous for this trait, but again, they cannot say, and it's less likely than the 66%. That's it for this video. I hope it was of use to somebody, and I'm going to be making a video doing a Punnett square and another video explaining how to calculate offspring from two animals you know the genetics of in future. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will do my absolute best to help, and thank you very much for watching.